Welcome back. Today we have a look at the market. I will share with you what I bought today and I will give you a price prediction for the asset that I brought today, which is pretty bullish. So there is a buying opportunity at the end of this video, but before, let's look at the market, let's look at Bitcoin, let's look at bull versus bear, sentiment in the market, and some news. The first news is that the NFT craze that's going on, which is quite interesting, has some polarities in there. One very positive news for NFTs is that Ubisoft is going in there. And that's the gaming giant from the legacy world, from the centralized world. Why is this bullish? Because this seems to be the first time that legacy world and blockchain world really start coming together. And this bridge is something exciting, because when you have new technologies, you know, it takes a while until they become part of the legacy world. If you look at the internet, and depending on how old you are, you might have experienced it like me or not. And so I have seen the internet coming, and it took 20 years for the new technology, internet, to become part of the legacy world. And so we are now, with blockchain, we are now in year 5 of that, and with NFT, we are in year 0.1 of that 20 years cycle. So the NFT cycle is interesting because there is bullish news like this one. There is bullish news like people buying houses in the central land, people buying properties in the sandbox. And then there is also the other camp that says, are you people stupid? You are buying something that you can right-click on and save on your computer, and then you have the same image. The only difference is you don't own it as a property. I don't want to own every gun that I play in when I play a video game. I just play Mario Kart. I don't want to own Mario. I don't want to own the cart. I don't want to own the toad that I'm sending. I just want to play. That's why I play. So it's an interesting, very polarized conversation right now on Twitter and Reddit, and it's fun to see it. I am not a gamer, so I cannot give you the in-depths. I'm exploring this. So if you are a gamer, let me know in the comments what your position is and where do you see this moving forward. What I do is I explore here live not the single picks, not the single parcels of land that you could buy in the sandbox, or the Bored Ape that you could buy as an NFT, because that is too risky. You need to really understand and really study 5 hours a day to know that, and I do not intend to do that. We are exploring the infrastructure plays. So what will always be needed if people buy NFTs, which they are doing because the money inflow is clear. So what are the picks and shovels that they need? And we share here the picks and shovels. So we have shared here yesterday Wax. We have shared here over the last weeks and months, we have shared Engine and Solana. And we will share more and more of these picks and shovels, one of them being today's pick. But first, let's look at the markets. How are the markets doing? We have some recovery and a hovering around 50,000 for Bitcoin on the price level. But if we go deeper, which is, let's look at the hash rate, which is more relevant than price action. Total hash rate, and why is it more relevant? Because this is what's going on really under the hood, and this is the leading indicator. So price is something that happens later. First happens function and adoption and network effects, and then comes price. So total hash rate is super high, super bullish. This is nothing else than healthy. Hash rate is as high as it has ever been. The all-time high was in May, as you can see, and we are almost there again, and it's going up, up, up. So very healthy under the hood. Now, fear and greed index in the market. The market is fearful, so what do we know? Our system says when the market is fearful, you go and shop a little bit. 28 is very, very fearful, so people are considering selling. They have no confidence in stuff going up. This is when we go through our list of the top 10 and go shopping. So, what did I shop today? I went through our list and I was looking at what is undervalued right now and is a good buy. Now, there are a couple of them, but I went for this friend here, which is on our top 10 since last year and also this year. It's Chainlink. Chainlink is an oracle, and you need oracles to operate the blockchain. There is no other way. The blockchain cannot work without oracles. So basically, we could say the future of technology cannot work without oracles. And now there are how many oracles? Around 14 oracles, and Chainlink is by far, I think it's 13 times bigger than the second biggest oracle. So let's watch it closely. The price was around 21 today. That's when I went in. It's now, I think, moving towards 23. Let's have a look at Chainlink in action. Ticker symbol link, and it's Chainlink to USD. We go to the full chart. Let's see, this is Chainlink on the week. Let's go to the 4 hours. The 4 hours says it's at 22.47. Still, I would buy also at this. I preferred buying, of course, at 21, and the RSI was lower, but it's still a buy for me in my context. This is not financial advice for you. I will share with you why I bought it and what's my price prediction for 2022 and 2025 and 2030 for Chainlink. Because right now at $22.50, Chainlink is for me something that is worth much more, and especially it's a safe risk-reward bet for me. It's a relatively safe, and I will show you why when we go to the fundamentals. Let's go to the fundamentals of Chainlink. We apply, if you know our system and if you're part of this community, you know the 10 steps checklist that we always go through, and we will do this live together right now. Let's add here some green, yellow and red, and let's do this together. So Chainlink symbol and ticker is this one, link. Does it solve a real problem or not? This is green, because the problem that it solves is to be the bridge between the outside world and the blockchain world. It's from the asset class, we are in the smart contracts area, and it's a decentralized oracle. Now, an oracle is something that you need to bring together different inputs. For example, in terms of network effects, which is also very green, it connects payment data, for example Visa, with other financial data from the markets with completely different types of data, for example temperature for a smart grid. So you see the high interoperability of it. That's why it makes it also green there. And you see the potential, and I would say exponential path that this thing is on, because when this catches on, this is 100% exponential growth. And as you know, exponential growth is logarithmic, it's not linear. It goes up really, really fast. It's very slow to start, and this is what we're seeing right now in Chainlink, but when it catches up, then you have exponential growth quickly because that is built into the way exponential growth works. So does it solve a problem? Yes. Is it decentralized enough? Yes. It's a decentral oracle. What's the asset class? Smart contracts, DeFi. Network effects? Yes. Because of its tokenomics that we just discussed. Competition risk. Well, it is 13 times, 14 times bigger than its next biggest competitor in the category oracles. So, is it inflationary or deflationary? This is super important. And I think we are the channel that takes this most seriously here, looking at the TVL and the amount fixed, and is there a way for them just to print more of it? Like you see with all these, I give you 1000% interest on it. If they can give 1000% interest, it's probably inflationary, because they just pick more from the back and say, hey, here we have more, here we have more. So the tokenomics make it deflationary, because somebody who wants to operate an oracle, a Chainlink oracle, needs to buy Link as a collateral, which increases the TVL, the total value locked, and makes it deflationary from its own mechanics, right? So it's all green so far. Then the velocity and growth. So far, the growth has not been outstanding, which I think is a good reason to consider it right now, because we want to buy the things before they pump and not after they pump. The growth, and here we should say that right now it's yellow, right? But to me, there's also a moment of green in here, because the growth of, well, it is validated, it's long enough around, it's working, it's validated, it's accepted by the community, it's accepted by the partners, it's accepted by the users. In terms of growth, it will grow with the smart contracts, with the DeFi space. And what's the growth of smart contracts? Well, you could argue this could be green, but let's go yellow for this one. And then team. Partnerships are super strong right now. I don't know much about the team itself, but the partnership have made me enough confidence not to look further, because when you have Google Cloud as a partner, and you know, we also, Strategy Sprints, we are partner of Google, and we know that they vet really, really hard before making somebody a partner. It's not easy. They don't make it easy. They really vet thoroughly. And so when somebody is a partner of Google, of Swift, of the New York Stock Exchange, and of MakerDAO, and many, many more, of Solana, etc., to me that's a green. Community is strong. They have grants program. They invest heavily in these grants programs, and they have a social media community, the Link Marines, which is also important, because when you have a great tech product, usually you don't have great marketeers on the team, but they take marketing seriously, and that combination, great product and serious marketing, it's a winning combination. When we go to the technical analysis, you have just seen the price right now is at 23. Let's say it's moving towards 23 right now. It was 21 in the morning when I bought it. And now the price prediction. I see Chainlink this year. So right now it's at 23. I see it beginning of next year at around 110. And it can reach 600 in 2030 as numbers tell us right now. Now, this might change if big black swan events happen, if the growth of the whole space of DeFi and smart contracts changes. But with current trends, with current patterns, there is a good probability that this is 110 in 2022 and 600 in 2030, which makes it for me a buy at 22, 23, definitely, because it's very validated, it's safe, it's not sexy and shiny, it's not hyped at all. And so I went in for a buy. Hope that helps. Keep rolling, everybody. See you tomorrow.